Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 2 of the 1001 Ways to Improve Your Business series. Today we're going to talk about project management software, and we'll talk about a product we love and use on a daily basis that we hope you'll love using as well. But before that, I'd like to point out the elements we consider essential to project management software. And we'll start with a chat. Unless you plan on using other software like Slack, you definitely need something like this inside your project management app. Hopefully, one that is easy to jump in and out of throughout the day without it being distracting. Then we have a message board or updates panel, whatever you want to call it, where you can put all the important updates and news for your team without them having to scroll through pages and pages of conversations in the chat. Things like procedures, company updates, summaries of meetings, product changes fit this perfectly. Then we have the always present to-dos. Project management is about getting stuff done, right? And when you get stuff done within a theme, you always need to know who needs to do what, until when, and keep track of your progress or lack of. That's why an easy-to-use to-do system should be the core of any project management software that prides itself in helping your organization. Mix that with a great calendar to have your goals time-bound, and there's nothing stopping you from achieving them. Another element we find essential to project management software is storage for all your files and documents. Today, most people use Dropbox or Google Drive for storage, and I'm perfectly okay with that. In fact, at Audacious Sleep, we use Dropbox as well, but having an integrated solution can make life easier because you don't have to constantly jump from one app to another. Having everything integrated can save you from lots of headaches. And for the last feature we deem essential to manage any project is a reports section. Something my first manager always asked me to complete at the end of the day was a simple report with goals, results, and problems. A 5-minute task that offers priceless information for all managers because you know at all times where you stand and who's doing what. I didn't appreciate this to its real value until years later when I managed a team of my own, and without these reports I could attest you don't really have a complete picture of what your organization is doing. It also helps to identify the stars in your team and to weed out underperformance. And the app that passed all these requirements with flying colors for us was Basecamp. And the reason we love it is not just because it's an app. It's the philosophy behind it. Many developers don't have strong values in mind when creating a product. They use what's hot right now and not what they stand for as a company. They keep adding new features, thinking they increase functionality when in fact they make products more difficult to use. They go into an industry because it's hot right now, not because it's their passion, and they make this long line of compromises that end up making a Me Too product or just a clutter of features and functions. However, with Basecamp, things don't change unless it makes sense for them to change, and Basecamp 3 has proven just that. I'll share an actual example. 2 weeks prior to recording this video, I reached out to Basecamp customer support with an issue regarding notifications. Basically, it wasn't clear to me when I get app notifications on my phone or tablet and how having the app opened in my web browser impacts that. And after complaining about this, I got a reply within 3 minutes with on-point explanations. And 1 week later, bam! An update on their blog with the problem being fixed after multiple people had the same issue as me. For the first time in quite a while, I felt as if my feedback mattered, and someone actually took it into consideration, and I'm not just part of some statistic. But let's look at the big picture of Basecamp. So what does it do? How does it work? What they did was take an already great product and make it have everything you need with just 6 sections, or less if you don't need them all. The campfire, message board, to-dos, schedule, check-ins, and docs and files. The campfire is a group chat where you can easily jump in and out of conversations and proves extremely useful with remote teams. The message board is where you post permanent messages, company updates, meeting summaries, sub-projects, and milestones, or anything you consider important for everyone to read. Then we have the to-dos, where I won't go into details since it's obvious what they are, but I will tell you this. I just love the fact that you can see a small image of the person in charge of a to-do whenever you assign a task. It just makes things a little bit more personal. Then we have the schedule. If you're a fan of smart goal setting, you'll know that your goals need to be time-bound if you want to increase the likelihood of actually achieving them. Also, it works as a small map with all the milestones you have ahead. After schedules, we have check-ins, which in some ways is the equivalent of the daily report I mentioned earlier. You can have weekly or daily check-ins, asking people what problems they encountered, what inspired them, or any other question that is relevant to your organization. And the final tool is the docs and files, where you can upload any document you have, group them into folders, and even link Google Docs you currently use. And that's about it. The beauty of Basecamp is that it isn't throwing tons of features at you. It's giving you just what you need and removes all the clutter. For example, if there are features that you don't need, you can turn them off by going to Settings and pick the tools for this Basecamp. And now that we reached the end of this video, I'd like to point out that this was not a paid advertisement, but our honest and authentic recommendation of something we use and helps our business grow that we think can do the same for you. We earn absolutely nothing if you go to Basecamp and create your first project. And even if you don't do it, at the very least, I hope this video will help you in determining if a project management software is worthy of your time and if its features help you or slow you in your goal for increased productivity. Also, I'd like to mention two other apps. They are Trello and Rike, two apps that did wonders for us as well, however no longer apply to the current way we do things. And once more, these recommendations are honest reviews, not endorsed in any way by their developers. As always, we hope this video helps you become more effective in the way you run your business, and if you use or know of any other project management software that's worth mentioning, please do so in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because in the next video we will talk about the 10 core principles of one of the most successful entrepreneurs on the planet, a guy who plans on sending us to Mars, Elon Musk. So, see you next time!